What is going on, everybody? Today we're looking at the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Gold Label Amazon exclusive Atomic Skull and Superman 2-pack. So this is pretty cool. Of course, box-wise, we just have mostly this all black front. Not a whole lot of details anywhere on the side, but on the back we do have at least pictures of our two characters. So we have Atomic Skull, which looks pretty cool there in the purple, as well as Superman with the nice Superman 1000 cover design there as well. So that at least shows you what two characters we are getting in this pack. Besides the rest of the box, like I said, is all just in black. So not a whole lot of details going into it. No flap to open to see our characters inside or anything, but hopefully these are two cool characters. So let me get them out of the box and we'll take a look at them together. So let's start off with Superman, which looks good here. Of course, just looks like a basic Superman, so no issues with this at all. Like I said, just looks exactly like Superman. No specific details. Now the card he comes with in the back of the box shows this is from the Action Comics 1000, which I'm sure we already got that figure. I think it was in like one of the very first waves, so the like first Superman we got was from that, but we couldn't find it to be able to do a comparison. But I think he looks good overall. You know, looks like I said, your classic Superman. Thinks the face looks really good because a lot of the more recent Supermen have had pretty weird looking faces, but I think his looks pretty good with, of course, the slicked back black hair, and then even has a little like curly there in the front. Then just has the basic standard outfit with all blue spandex, of course the red cape there on the back, the shield on his chest with the yellow and red underwear with yellow belt, and then red boots down on his feet. So like I said, everything else about him, you know, looks relatively good, like basic Superman. There are little details, like little details on the side of there. Then he does have these like little wristbands or whatever around, so that looks a little bit more modern, but still, you know, classic looking design. So we can't really complain too much about this Superman. I just don't really know if we actually need it or not. But we'll do his movements, so his head will twist all the way around. You can look up that far and down that far. Still, again, with Superman, they need it to look up further so he can fly. He can't look straight on trying to fly, so still need better movements in the head there. The shoulders do come up to about 90 there and have that butterfly joint design, and of course can rotate around. We get a bicep twist and the single elbow joint that bends there. So been a while since we've had joints like that. So bends that far in with the wrist that'll twist around, and on the ball joint there, flex back and forth. Then we go to the ab crunch. So crunch back and forth and twist all the way around, and then can crunch and twist at the waist as well. Then we go to the hips that come up pretty close to 90, and then out to the side, obviously you can do the splits. Pretty much no thigh twist, but a double knee joint that can bend up that far to the back, not far from kicking his butt. Then down to the boots that'll flex back and forth and twist side to side on the ball joint there with the toe joint on the end. So overall he works, you know, just like all the other McFarlanes, so nothing new or really different. Just like I said, maybe in older joints with like that elbow design, but obviously there's nothing major wrong with him. But for accessories, we get some additional hands, so if we want to have him flying, we can have hands flat out there, so like I said, for flying. And then obviously he comes with a base, which I don't really have too many issues getting him to stand. There is sometimes if you get him in certain positions he is difficult, but he stands just fine here. And then finally we get his card, which has that picture from the Action Comics 1000. So there's Superman. Of course, obviously the colors look more purple for the suit here compared to the blue, but you know, looks relatively the same. And then the story on the back, which is just the normal for Superman, so we won't read that. But overall, like I said, I think he looks pretty good. You know, looks just like a normal Superman, so this is a good basic Superman to add to your collection if you were looking for just a basic one. The face looks good, body looks, you know, basic and just like Superman, so no real issues with this. And next up, we've got Atomic Skull, which is a new character for us. His real name is Joseph Martin, and he was a Metropolis college student that began suffering from a severe fatigue and was sent to Star Labs for evaluation. And while there, he was hit by a blast of energy from a gene bomb that resulted in his hair falling out, flesh becoming invisible, and giving off a glow. And after being attacked by thugs, the head damage caused insanity, and he believed he was the Atomic Skull, which was a character from the movie he went to see, and during which he was confronted by Superman and they fought each other, but he was easily defeated by Superman by wrapping a boron rod around his head, which negated his powers. And for his powers, he has superhuman strength and durability, as well as ability to project radioactive energy, and he wears the Atomic Skull armor. So he looks cool here. Very nice colors with like the metallic purple and then the pearlescent sort of purplish pink color. I think he looks awesome. I feel this is the same armor we've had with like the Lex Luthors. Not sure, I didn't grab one to be able to compare. Could be a little different because I like how he has like what would be arc reactor for Iron Man there design on his chest, and then has these little designs on his boots as well. But just love the purple. You can see all the greebling and little details that they put all throughout the body. It looks nice, but just the colors of the purple and that pearlescent pink just look really nice there. You can see he's got the glove, underwear, chest piece, and down on his boots as well. And then we have the skull head. So since he is Atomic Skull, he does have a skull head, which looks pretty nice again in that purple design with more see-through pink sort of flames coming off of his head. So very interesting design. Like, I feel it doesn't look very intimidating with the colors of him, but I feel this looks awesome just overall. But we'll do his movement so his head can twist all the way around. He'll look down that far and up that far. So not too bad a movement, so really good. Shoulders can come up to 90 with that butterfly joint and rotate around. Then we get a bicep twist and the double elbow joint that bends up that far at least, so almost all the way up on itself, with the wrist that'll twist around. Of course, hard to really twist around with the flames and stuff, but then can rock back and forth on the ball joint there. And then we go to the ab crunch, so just under the chest here, crunch back and forth and twist around, and then at the waist can crunch back and forth and twist around. Then we go down to the hips that can come up to 90 and out to the side, not far from the splits. Very little thigh twist, but a double knee joint that bends up that far to the back, not far from kicking his butt. And then we get the foot that'll flex back and forth and twist side to side with the toe joint on the end. So he's identical to most other McFarlanes, so nothing really wrong or any issues there. I did want to point out his hand, so we saw this hand that has the flame coming out. We do also have this hand where he's shooting off probably some of his radiation or whatever. So nice little effect molded into his hand there, so that looks cool. Now for accessories, if you don't want to have those effect hands, we do also get some basic hands. So we have a fist hand and a little bit open hand there with the matches the armor, so you do have those options as well. And then we of course get his base, which he's standing just fine here, but it does seem like he could have some issues, so you may have to worry about that. And then of course we have his card, so there's a nice picture of him. So he looks to me more like Ghost Rider, just like the outfit it looks like in there, just Ghost Rider but with the pinkish colored flames, but it still looks cool there. And then we have his card on the back, and it says his real name is Joseph Martin, and while on an experimental Star Lab submarine, scientist Joseph Martin was exposed to nuclear energy. Shipwrecked on a desert island, he survived by releasing deadly nuclear blasts from his mouth. His skin and muscles literally peeled off his face, inspiring him to create supervillain for hire persona Atomic Skull. He regularly clashes with Superman, both alone and with criminals such as Major Disaster and the Royal Flush Gang. In recent times, Martin reformed fighting criminals with the Metropolis Special Crimes Unit, Superwoman, and the Teen Titans. So there's a little bit more explanation. It seems to be more modern. I just went off what I could find about him, but overall I think he looks cool. Like I said, love this design with the colors, so there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. Now with this, we do also get an effect, so we get this base effect that we've had before with the flames, but this time it's all this like purplish color flames, that sort of matches with him. So we have it where we have some feet pegs we can stick them on, so we can put him and Superman on this. So let's try it. So there I got Superman and Atomic Skull on the flames. Now usually when they're pictured, they're in reverse, but I decided to try and flip it around to see if I could get Superman to look like he's flying out, since you put his leg all up weird like this. So I thought it'd be cool to have him so it looks like he's flying directly at Atomic Skull, but I don't think he looks too good, and you gotta get his leg all in a weird position just for it to even attach to it and everything. So just looks pretty weird. But there I just got Superman and Atomic Skull fighting each other now with those flame effects. So it doesn't look perfect, but I still think it looks pretty cool. So let me know what you thought of these two down in the comments, and if you enjoyed this review, let me know with a thumbs up. But I want to thank you all for watching. I hope you all stay awesome out there, and I'll see you in our next review.